Hello and welcome to Love with Sialo on YouTube. Sialo is my name, and today we are talking about womb magic and practicing together for the menstruating womb. So I would like to just share a few minutes of information first, as maybe you're preparing yourself to come into a space of quiet and comfort to go into the practice together. So one of the things that I notice the strongest in our challenges in connecting to our wombs, especially during menstruation, is the conditioning around what's normal and what is really unsupported in our society for the menstruating womb. I notice that there's a lot of conditioning and programming around needing to be productive constantly, like the masculine is. And I've noticed for myself and many of my clients as well, a challenge to listen to our bodies and to go into a cyclical nature with our cycle. And instead, there's this kind of survival need to follow the masculine format and structure of constantly going. And this is really harmful to the feminine because her natural cycle is her ability to go deeper into her divinity and also into her physical health. So when we bypass that natural instinct and try to force ourselves to be productive like the masculine on a day-to-day basis, it really does shut down the beauty that's available for us in the cycle. So the cyclical way of living with the cycle is to allow ourselves to go into the darker sides of life's experience, the underworld, the subconscious, the oracle, the purge, and to give ourselves permission to release and to shed in the menstrual cycle. And in order to do that, we have to have the spaciousness in order to be able to go there. And this is very practical, just in I need to be able to rest. I need to be able to spend time with my body and meditating with my womb. And if I'm at work for 8 hours and then coming home and rushing to get everything else done, then how am I going to be able to spend time with and connect deeply with my womb? So I understand this can be really challenging for people because our society is not necessarily set up this way, and it feels for a lot of people that it's not even possible to do this because our society just requires of us to be constantly on the go. So even if you are in that challenging space where you aren't able to take a full day or 2 days at the beginning of your cycle to rest and to go inward, you can still at least set aside some time to do some meditations or some practices that will connect with your womb, and that can be really profound for you as well. So we're going to practice that together today. And then I also wanted to share some of the practicalities of what I do during my menstruation in order to connect deeper with the magic that's available to me. Aside from actually going within and doing these meditation practices and speaking with my womb, I also have a practice of collecting the blood. And there's multiple things that I can do as far as magic with those, with the collection. But the primary is offering it back to the earth in gratitude, and also connecting with it either to create art or to put it on my face or my body in order to connect with it that way. It's a very primal, wild experience. And if you are not menstruating because you are on a type of birth control that is suppressing your menstruation, then you might want to use these practices on a monthly basis to help you connect with your womb, even if you're not menstruating. And you might want to also consider what it is that's causing you to need to suppress this right now, and if there might be alternatives that might be more supportive of you so that you can connect with your femininity at the same time as honoring your survival needs. Okay. Let me know in the comments if there are any specific questions about this topic that come up for you. And I would love to answer your questions, and also just what are your biggest challenges in being able to connect with your womb during menstruation. Oh, I also wanted to mention some of the typical practices that are really normalized that are actually really harmful for us. I'm personally not a fan of putting anything inside of my vagina that isn't completely natural, organic. So it's either my own skin or crystals, right? And a committed lover. Those are the only options for me that I'm willing to put inside of me. So I don't use cups, I don't use tampons for this reason. But if you do use cups or tampons, cups are lovely, but they do both of those options, they block the flow. And so personally for me, energetically, that feels like really heavy for me to have that block and very unnatural. So I'm not interested in using cups or tampons anymore. But if you do use them, just make sure that you're using organic tampons. Tampons can have a lot of really icky substances in them. They can be bleached, they can be chlorinated, so you can, and they're synthetic petroleum-based products. So you could end up with these really longer lasting side effects because of having chlorine or bleach leftover product absorbing into your your skin. So just a word of caution with that, to be really intentional to buy organic cotton tampons if you are going to at all. Okay. We have our lovely feline support today, so that's beautiful. And I just invite you now to come into a place of stillness. I do really love to combine menstrual practices with yin yoga, especially in stretching the lower back and just opening the hips. So some side stretches, some forward bends, and child's pose specifically are really helpful to connect with the womb and to open yourself. So that might be some movements that can really support you during this phase of your cycle. Coming into a place of stillness, I like you to either be lying on your back with your spine straight or to be sitting straight. I like to put a prop underneath my hips to help me keep my spine really straight so that the breath can move really clearly through the body. And just beginning by taking a slow, deep breath and beginning to notice the womb space. I like to bring the right hand to the womb space to connect with the fire energy inside of the womb, and the left hand to the heart to create a circuit from the womb to the heart. As you continue to breathe deeply all the way down into your womb, beginning to visualize the shape of the womb and the cup. Noticing what sensations you feel around your womb space. Perhaps there's some cramping. And if you're noticing cramping, just giving yourself permission to feel that and to breathe really deeply into that. On your inhale, noticing your belly expanding and filling. On your exhale, releasing, perhaps with an audible exhale now. I encourage you to continue with these deep inhales, filling the belly, and audible exhales to release any tension, any stagnation. And continuing with this breath and visualizing the cup that is the womb. Going into any of the sensations that you feel in the womb or around the womb space, giving yourself permission to listen to what the body is telling you. Perhaps there is a lesson about the previous month leading up to this purge. Perhaps there is a memory attached to the sensation of how you could have served yourself stronger. And just beginning to notice what it is that you're clearing this month. What patterns in your day-to-day life are contributing to the tension. What experiences that you went through this month are ready to release and to leave your body. Extending deep gratitude to your womb for this natural ability to cleanse and to clear for you every month. Allowing this gentle conversation of gratitude and listening from yourself to your womb, from your womb to yourself. Continuing with the audible exhales. Perhaps extending the length of the exhales a little bit longer. Perhaps opening your mouth a little bit wider to allow the relaxation in your jaw to extend, to reflect the womb opening, releasing. A few more breaths of releasing. Allowing yourself to breathe deeply all the way into the base of the womb, the cervix. And allowing all that you clear to go downward into the earth. Remembering that Mother Earth recycles and receives all that we release with so much ease. Sending anything that is not serving you down into the earth for Mother to recycle for you. And perhaps you want to pause the video here and spend some more time in this releasing. Or perhaps you're ready to move into the next phase of connecting with the center of the womb. In the very center of the womb, imagining a red gem, a jewel. Noticing the texture, the color, the size, the vibrancy, the radiance of this gem. Allowing yourself to go inward, deeper, perhaps inside of this gem even. Perhaps finding an entire universe inside. And inside this space, beginning to explore what you see there, what you feel there. Noticing any subtle movement like a circular oscillation, a flow, a gentle rocking as you look around, noticing the flowy movement, the color, the depth, the vibrancy that you see around you. Inviting yourself to begin to look at the details of what you see. Perhaps there is one vision that calls to you today. An image or a sensation that is calling for you to pay attention. Perhaps it's a memory, perhaps it's something new that you are calling in. And giving yourself permission to look, to really see and to feel whatever is present with you in this space. observing from a non-judgmental space, but simply witnessing whatever is present with curiosity and acceptance. Listening to the message available to you in this space. As you begin to come back into the womb space, to zoom out of the vision a little bit, to again notice the jewel in the center of the womb. To imagine the cup that is the womb. To express gratitude for the overflow that you are currently experiencing. And as our last step, beginning to send messages of love and gratitude and acceptance to your womb space. Thanking her for her messages. Thanking her for your fertility. Thanking her for the challenges and the lessons that provide you opportunities. Thanking her for the difficult sensations that she brought you so that you could learn how to care for your body better next month. Thanking her for bringing this portal into your body and your ability to connect with the Dark Mother, your ability to connect with the void, that empty, dark space where creation exists, where anything is possible. Thanking her for teaching you about depth, about clearing, about releasing. Noticing the sensations of the body surrounding your womb again, the hips. Perhaps beginning to move or to stretch or to twist, to make space for your womb. I particularly enjoy a rocking or a circular motion. Maybe opening your eyes, rolling your shoulders or your neck. Loosening your jaw. Perhaps a big sigh or a stretch. And offering yourself gratitude for choosing to show up for your womb today, for connecting with this deep and sacred part of yourself. Thank you for being here, for practicing with me today. You can find my contact information in the description box below if you would like additional support or guidance. You can find my socials there as well. And sending you many blessings for all that you are, for the perfection of where you are at in your current journey. Many blessings.